Alright, let's try this one more time. So, this is my third attempt at recording this. My first, I forgot to do a sound check, like an idiot, and you couldn't hear my voice at all over the background music. The second time, the game crashed after playing for 5 minutes. So, let's try this again. So, I suggested doing something to try and engage and entertain the IDEX Geeks team, while we're locked away in COVID. And I had suggesting gaming videos or streaming. And of course, since I suggested it, it kind of falls on me to try and make it happen. So, here we are. I have picked Grim Dawn because it's fun. I think it's fun. And it's also a game that slipped under a lot of people's radar. Grim Dawn is an action RPG, similar to the Diablo games, where you have an overhead perspective of your hero, and you run around killing things and waiting for them to explode into loot. So there's lots and lots of that. And I'll explain things as we go along. I'm also warning you that I am kind of a map hound. I have to explore the entire map, partly because I don't know the game well enough to know where all the stuff is that you need to find. So I've got to look everywhere and find everything. I'm also going to let, since this is the first time doing this for anybody, I'm going to let some of the sound dialogue play through. I'm not going to read everything, but I'll do some of it. So you have been warned going in that this is going to be kind of a slow playthrough. So I will create the character. My name is Carl Gruber. Thank you for inviting me into your home. I'm going to play as a hardcore because I am a masochist. As you can see from the heads up, if you don't know what hardcore is, it means death is permanent! Exclamation point. If this character dies, my game is over. I have to start again. Just to make things more interesting. I'm not going to do veteran because it makes the game harder, and I'm not that much of a masochist. So create Carl Gruber. Carl Gruber, level 1. One of the cons in this game is you don't get to really pick your appearance. You are either a guy or the woman. There's not any choice. But the game is still fun. Let's go. Just for warning, the voice acting for the intro cinematic is pretty darn cheesy. But you're going to have to suffer through it with me anyway. Start.
We paid a heavy price, but the trap worked.
You seem surprised.
It's been a while since we've had a win. How long will it hold?
I've never entrapped a being like this, but the bonds hold, for now.
How do we dispose of it?
I'm just a witch. You're the soldier.
If it bleeds, I can kill it.
How do you kill a spirit, though?
If you kill the mortal vessel while it's bound, the spirit may perish within. If it escapes...
It's listening to us.
What are you?
Others of your kind name us ethereal.
Why have you invaded our world?
Your world. We existed first. We were managed by your corrupt gods. Your part opened the way, and now we return to reclaim what by right should be ours.
I've heard enough of this rubbish. Let's hang it.
Destroy this vessel, and I will find another. I have tasted its desires and emotions. Your kind is weak. You have already lost this war.
Do it.
Captain!
Cut him down!
What? Are you mad? Better safe than sorry.
The spirit has fled!
This is a human now.
The captain is correct. When they awaken, they won't remember a thing.
The Ethereal was right. The war is lost. We're a resistance now, and we need every human survivor we can call to our cause. Maybe this one here can still die with some honor. If they ever wake up, send them to me. If they don't, bury him deep with the others.
So, like I said, really cheesy dialogue. But as you can also see, this is not your standard fantasy realm. This is set more of a Victorian era. There's still magic and stuff, but like because you're possessed by a spirit, that's how you're have all these special abilities. Sorry, I'm spazzing out here. But actually, you don't have any abilities at first. Everyone starts off with no abilities at all. You can right-click to assign abilities to your slots, blah blah blah. But all you can do right now is drink your potions, tonic of mending for health, elixir of spirit for your magic ability, and attack things with your sword, or whatever your weapon is. But let's get to it.
Still drawing breath, I see. You're one lucky bastard, I'll give you that. Best go speak to Captain Bourbon right away. He seems to have a plan for you now that we've spared your life.
What happened? How did I get
You
here?
were possessed.
Really?
So we strung you up. Seems the spirit fled your body before your life ran out. I'd have left you to hang, but the captain had other plans. He sees some purpose in you, and I'm not going to argue.
Awful forgiving, not even questioning about being strung up. Where can I
He's
find the captain then?
up the road, in the courtyard. Don't make me regret cutting you down.
Just on my way then. This game really has a lot of detail. You can actually zoom in a bit with the mouse wheel. The game looks like it's been hand-drawn. That's one of the things I like most about this game. It really is gorgeous. But enough about me. I've got the tutorial tips. Sorry about that.
You're not looking too bad for someone just come back from the brink of death. You were taken, possessed by the same creatures that have been reanimating these zombies here. Normally I'd have burned you with the rest to be safe, but we've lost too many people to the dead. I need someone expendable, someone with nothing to lose but a lot to gain. Right now, you're that person. Prove your worth to me, and the survivors of Devil's Crossing may just welcome you.
Again, they're pretty forgiving about being strung up and being expendable.
The bodies of the dead are rising again in some horrible unlife. Corpses don't just get up and move around on their own. Something is reanimating our deceased with ethereal energy. We have observed the dead for some time, and they appear to be flooding Lower Crossing from the burial hill, just beyond town. I want you to go to the burial hill, find whatever is controlling these abominations, and destroy it. You will need to fight your way through Lower Crossing. Once you've crossed the stream on the far side of town, there will be a beaten path leading up to Burial Hill. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I'd be asking a lot of my people to welcome you with open arms too. Help us in our hour of need, and I will open Devil's Crossing to you.
I'll find what's reanimating those corpses.
What is it now?
You can talk to anyone. You can't get into town yet. They won't let you. There's also this guy here who can buy and sell stuff with. Right now I've got no cash. But, and this is a rift portal you can use to teleport. Once you discover other teleportation locations, you can zap to them. And let's wander out of the city and kill some undead. Little bodies in the ground and stuff in your inventory, and I can put on these better pants than the ones I was wearing. Regular pants. Take about a dozen of these guys to get level 2, and I can start unlocking abilities. Great. breaking stuff is great way to find it. There's a lot of breakable stuff. Some stuff can attack, break with the weapon. Some stuff can only be broken by certain air of effect abilities. Falling out of that braze. That's good. We're gonna save a spot here so I can talk about abilities and leveling. Alright, to unlock at level 2, you click your character window. It shows up in your inventory window. So if you have equip and your ability stuff, offensive ability lets you hit stuff, defensive ability lets you defend, damage per second, your armor rating, and your resistances. A lot of resistances. When you level up, you get 1 attribute point. You can put it in anything you want. Physique is for hit points, cunning is for attacking with weapons, spirit is for gives you more energy and more spell damage. I'm going to put it right now physique because I want to stay alive longer. In your skill window here, you can pick the base game comes with Soldier, Demolitionist, Occultist, Nightblade, Arcanist, Shaman, and Inquisitor. I have the expansion packs, which give you Necromancer and Oathkeeper. Soldier is basic sword and shield stuff. Demolitionist is like a fire mage. Occultist is like a damage over time person who summons little pets. And Nightblade's kind of like a rogue character, can do dual wielding and does some cold and poison damage. Arcanist is more of a traditional mage. Shaman has some lightning attacks and some physical damage, and also has some pets to summon. Inquisitor is basically a gun mage. He shoots people and has spells to do with stuff. Necromancer obviously deals with death and stuff, and has some pets to summon. Oathkeeper is like a paladin. I generally go for some of the caster classes. I like the Occultist, I like the Necromancer and Shaman. Those are where I usually go. But to make things different, and why not, I've never played it. I've played a little bit of everybody else. I've never played an Oathkeeper before, so I'm going to do Oathkeeper. I'm going to try and be tanky. I'm going to try and make myself someone who will survive a lot. Lots of shield abilities here. So when you level up, you get 3 skill points. With summon your mastery bar, unlock the stuff up here. So I put 1 point in here. That was loud. And now I can select these skills. You need to put 4 more points to unlock these skills. And then, get the 10 mastery points, and so on and so forth up to 50. So, I'm going to go here, and then 1 more point in my mastery bar, because this is hard to climb, and I'll unlock more abilities faster. Also, as you put points in your mastery bar, you get extra physique, cunning, spirit, health, and energy from pumping up your bar. So it's not just useless points. You do get something from putting points in your mastery bar. So more health, more energy, and this I can make as my regular attack now. So I do extra damage, and the more times I hit, the more damage I will do, up to a certain point. It is also a good idea early in the game to explore the houses. These guys are going down a lot faster, or somewhat faster. Also search this stump. Anytime you search, I always search the stuff, because it's a great way to get more stuff, like that rock. You leave little poison puddles on the ground, which is not fun to stand in. Nobody here. The reason I'm looking in the houses is because I do know that there's some guaranteed stuff in some of these houses, but I just can't remember which ones. I'll do a little bit of helpful hints early in the game. give you some gear. I just gotta find. Oh, here he is. Here's. This is Francis. Francis's note. Francis's gun. Notes. I'm not gonna read it. Well, I click it to read it, but I'm not gonna go out and read the whole text. It would just take a while, and I like them. They are fun to read. I have read them all in the early part of the game anyway. If you notice, this gun does a lot more damage. It doesn't work with this attack, but this gun is always here, as well as Francis's note is always here. And there's other guaranteed stuff too. Francis's gun does some extra fire damage. Pain level is pretty big for the game. There's other stuff, I just gotta find it. So, more physique for health. And I'm gonna go. That one gives me more armor. I'm gonna take that one. Kill that guy. There's also a map button, so I have to press the M. Potions. And look, I can see where I've been. I think there's a house over here that has something to drop. Just to break the door down, for fun. Nope, can I go there? Yet. Ah, that's what I want. Not what I wanted, but don't stand on the poison bullets. So, that does more damage. You can see a little green light, extra damage. This Hevel's Great Sword of Alacrity is always here. It does extra lightning damage. I'm going to hold on to that because it's not. Yeah, it's more damage, but it's not the one I'm looking for. There are also treasure chests here. More stuff. There was a one-handed axe floating around here somewhere. That's usually pretty good. I just have to find the darn thing. And you find these little notes kind of all over the place. Oop. What's that? And 25 experience points. I'm just not finding the other guaranteed. Let's see what I'm looking over here. Alright, I know I'm taking damage, but I'm kind of doing that on purpose. Just to show up another facet of this game. And that is, I don't know if you noticed my health bar down here has a little gold overlay that when I took damage went down a little bit. If I go without taking damage for a while, then the gold overlay is my constitution. If I can go without taking damage for a while, my constitution will go down and my health will fill back up. If you notice, it's filled back up again because I picked up. There are other items that will drop that will automatically fill your constitution back up. Now, I did pick up equipment. These are better gloves. That's a better hat. Those are not better boots. Getting kind of full. Most of this stuff doesn't sell worth or worth anything. You know, the different quality of stuff. You have the stuff that's in white, which is basically crap gear, yellow, which is slightly better, magic gear, and then rare gear, which is in green, which is generally the best gear. Well, best gear you're going to find for now. Legendary gear is blue, and that's usually really good. You don't start seeing that till around level 10 or so. And then purple gear starts dropping down level 4. This guy's got a skeleton attack. So he's kind of a mini boss. That's about bosses. They really explode with food ration within my constitution.
My inventory is full.
This stuff is all crap. Definitely better helm. Definitely better weapon. And that's actually slightly better belt. Physique. I'm gonna do that's a bit of a buff ability, which means I can now do that and bedded boots and a really big rifle, which I'm not going to use. See, look, on level 4 already. I know I'm missing something. I bet the axe is over here. Oh look, there's a body on the floor. And he's probably holding an axe. Yep. Someone's axe. Is it better than the weapon I found? No. But it'll sell decently. As compared to the almost no money I have right now. Block's going this way. It's the best way to go. I can go around either way. I think, yeah. Left or right, doesn't really matter. There's usually multiple ways to get places around here. This little ability I added, it has a chance to do damage when someone attacks me. So that's useful. I'll do that. I knew this guy. This is a look. Here's a lost person. We're all gonna die out here. Calm down. Distinct group of survivors down Devil's Crossing. You know, old prison. But supplies started running low. I volunteered to go scavenging around Lower Crossing. Figured it was safe enough, but I was wrong. Got chased near by a pack of ravenous rift scourges, though I can't hear their maddening skittering anymore. I suppose I have you to thank for that. Doesn't matter though, the air is overrun with the dead. We won't make it 5 feet without being surrounded. Way back should be clear now. What a coward, not going out there again. I suppose I could open up a rift gate. Or what? Take you home. See you back. So you could leave this guy here, but you send him back to town, he will thank you for it and give you XP, give you experience points. So any of these little side quests you encounter, they're all optional, and some of them have more than one thing you can do. Sometimes you can help someone or not. You can always have a choice to ignore them, but sometimes you can help them or kill them, or something along those lines. There's another rift gate. This is the famous burial that we were supposed to find. Keep whacking the undead here. I have to be at least level 5 before I go into the area. This crystal, and that can pick up a crystal in the ground. I don't know if you noticed these little scraps that I've been picking up. These are useful in crafting, and so is this. These are also augments that I can use at level 5. These, like, you can not only can use them to craft things, but you can use them to add stuff to your equipment. I could add this to my sword. My sword would then do extra fire damage. This one does lightning. This just gives me extra stats. Just a plus 8 to all stats. So that's pretty useful early in the game. There we go, level 5. And another pistol. These pistols are really useful for crafting. You get a chunk of them early on, and then this is kind of hard to find. So early in the game, I always try to make sure I get as many of them as I can. Yeah, they keep it like 4 or 5 right off the bat. Easy to find. Oh look, burial cave. Source of dead is here. Oh wait a minute. I forgot to actually do my level up stuff. So busy having a good time. No, I don't think so. I think I'll just put points to try and get some other stuff. So I will do this one. One here. Right. Nah. Extra stats. Climb the tree as fast as I can. Not always the best choice, but it certainly won't hurt me in the long run either. Now this guy leaves a little green fiery puddles in the ground. They are bad for you. Stand in them. Remember, don't stand in the fire. And what am I doing? Standing in the fire. I'm gonna. Oh. One more thing before we see the quest. Go back to Captain John Bourbon. One more thing. This little room over here. going to put my potion over here and this over here because I'm not going to be pushing that button. And I'm not going to need, I'm mostly attacking my sword, so I'm not going to need any spirit potions. But it's much easier for me to push the 1 button than the 0 button. Anyway, this is a shrine, and you click it, you can restore the shrine by giving it, oh look, one of these mini crystals that they've given us. Now, I get a devotion point. So in addition to leveling up, do I want one here? I do. Oh yeah, you can undo points until you change the screen. There's also someone back in town who can reset your points for you, so that's fine. I do want 1 point in here, I think. And then, yeah. Yes. Alright, devotion points are spent here. I know this looks kind of complicated. It's not really, or at least not as complicated as it seems. Let's say, for example, I know that I want to be kind of, I want health. So you can go up here, type in health, and that lights up all the nodes that have something to do with health. So that's where you know you need to go. Notice this is all lit up and these are dark. That's because these require affinity. Here's your affinity in the various things. Putting a point in this crossroads here will unlock, like this unlocks all the blue affinity up there. This little one over here, yellow, unlocks all the yellow affinities over there. This unlocks the purple affinities down here. The green affinities over here, and the red affinities up here. The ones immediately around the crossroads only take 1 affinity. Then the further out you get, like say, where's, I don't want to, okay, like this one over here. This takes 4 red and 6 green affinities. So you've got to kind of build yourself up a little bit. But I know one of the ones that I want right off the bat is this Dryad over here because she's got a lot of health and healing bonuses, and I am playing hardcore and I want to stay alive. So when I click this little yellow one here to spend my 1 Divinity Devotion point, and look, these, I can now put points in any of these once I get more. And it increased my health by 5%. So I know there's another Aether Crystal over here in the corner. I think. Isn't there? Oh, nope, there usually is one here. This game does randomize some elements. I did unlock... Oh wait, was that ability... I unlocked the ability... Oh, that's a passive. Oh, that activates automatically when my health drops below 66%. And lasts for 5 seconds. It increases my healing, my defense, and my resistances. So that's actually pretty darn good. I did that without even thinking about it. Oh. Just make sure we're kind of safe here. Teleport back to town. Thank you for the lab. Alright, up, and a couple. Out of the poison. Idiot. Actually, none of this stuff is dangerous right now, but it's a good habit to get into to not stand in this stuff, because the further you go into the game, the more damage that stuff just racks right up. So you can create your own rifts to travel to any rift you've discovered. So back to Devil's Crossing. And we will hand in our quest to Captain John Bourbon.
The dead attacks have slowed and their numbers are thinning. I take that as a sign that you've dealt with the source?
I have killed the reanimator.
A creature was doing this? Disturbing. Thanks to your efforts, we may yet hold out here a little longer. I've sent word to the gate guard. Speak to him and he should let you in. Take some well-deserved time to rest and recover. Welcome to Devil's Crossing.
Why, thank you.
I need some time to plan our strategy. In the meantime, There are others around Devil's Crossing who could use your help. Take a moment to mingle with your fellow survivors. Kasparov, our resident scientist, is really eager to speak with you. He babbled some nonsense, but I believe he wants to talk about your connection with the Ethereals. Barnabas, our handyman, said he needed help with our water pump. When you're done assisting them, speak with me in my office inside the prison.
Yeah, I'll speak with them. It's not necessary, but it's a lot of XP. One more thing I want to mention is that when this game has reputation, so it doesn't. All it really does is each town, each little area has its own reputation vendor, which sells gear that you can only get once your reputation reaches a certain point. They also sell crafting recipes that you can only buy. So the gear can be good, but not always. The crafting recipes that's what I try and climb for. But it's also character specific. Like I've gotten maximum reputation in Devil's Crossing before, but that doesn't transfer to this character. So.
I'm still waiting.
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to click in. But anyway, I will call that a day. I figure half an hour is enough of me torturing you with my babbling voice. I guess we'll try and do this again in a few days. And I will inflict myself upon humanity once again. Thank you very much, and good night.